Bitcoin is down like 2% since yesterday. So basically it's over and we need to pack it all in, guys. It's been a fun ride, a great few years, but you know, it seems like we're done here. We're done here. No, we're not, man. Bitcoin's just like hanging out around 42,000 and we're talking about it because we have nothing better to do with our lives. And maybe in the metaverse, Bitcoin is way up and we're just being dominated by AI and we're living in the matrix. Did you guys ever think about that? I think we should talk about it. So let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
What is up, everybody? I'm Scott Melker, also known as the What's my name? Wolf of Wall Streets. Wow. Did that one pretty good. What's up, everybody? I'm Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of Wall Streets. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel and just hit the like button. We're going to do it the old school way today. We're just going to hit it. Go ahead and hit the like button. My Shiba Inu says hi. Hope you guys are having a great day. He'd like you to know. He's eating ramen. We, the Melkers, actually ate ramen for dinner last night. Not to like make a crypto joke about having fun staying poor, but we literally just like had gotten back from vacation. We ate the little package ramen for dinner, like on purpose. Took it back to the college days. You know what? Shit was delicious. High sodium, high flavor. That's where you want to be. So guys, yeah, we talked yesterday afternoon. Price was right around 42,000. And now I would argue the price is, I don't know, right around 42,000. Dipping on low volume, nothing's really significantly changed here. Kind of just more sidewaysiness from Patrick Swayziness. Hi from Coral Springs. Hi, Scott. How's life in Coral Springs? I used to go to Coral Springs a lot when I was a kid. Yeah, used to go there. Yeah, put scrambled eggs in your ramen like a real college kid. You eat ramen with barbecue chips in it? That's kind of turned. Emmy sometimes puts chips on her sandwiches. I think that's kind of a cool move. The other day she made a sandwich and she put a hint of lime Tostitos on there. I like sometimes putting Fritos on my sandwiches. That's kind of tight. Right? Yeah, that's pretty good. Put peanut butter in your ramen. That's intense. I don't know about that. Eggs with ramen is good. I like a good ramen with the boiled soy egg, like the real kind, but I'm not gonna just like throw an egg over easy in my ramen and call that a meal. You're Dutch, aren't you? Someone said. No, I am not. I am not of the Dutch. No, I'm not. I'm not one of those. Anywho, guys, ramen. We're here to talk about ramen. There's a ramen stream. And no, let's talk about Bitcoin. Oh, I didn't even share my, yeah, there it is. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do the news before the news does us, right? You want to be preemptive with that news. It's sneaky. It'll get you. Bitcoin may soon wake from slumber, derivatives data indicate. Yeah, well, that'd be cool because I still think we're sideways. Everyone's like, oh my God, we're dumping. We're down a couple $100, man. I don't know. I don't see it. Future markets remain a powder keg for short-term volatility, one observer said. Right, here's a chart, right? Open interest went above 240,000 Bitcoin. You can see that's that yellowy line. We get some bigly, hugely volatility. That's what they're saying. Open interest remains extremely high. A little disconcerting, maybe, right? We thought that moved down from 52 all the way to the 40s and then, doing it again all the way down to 39.6. That was supposed to rinse all the leverage out the system. But no. Degenerates like myself, who is still actively long, still piling in with leverage. I'm part of the problem. I'm not a part of the solution. Unless you're talking about the solution for my bank account, because I've taken profit on 50% of that position and I won't lose now. But yeah, every time open interest gets this high, you can see that it's dropping though, right? Like it got over that high earlier this month and now it's starting to drop. But every time we get above that, we see hugely volatility. We still have very high open interest, has not been rinsed. The question is then to which side, right? You generally can check funding rates across the board to see that. If rates are positive, it means more people are piling in on longs. Longs are paying shorts for the right to be long, and therefore there's probably more longs in the system. more likely to see price dump, squeezing those longs. If funding rates are negative, it means that shorts are generally paying longs. More people than are short. They're paying for the right to be short, and those shorts can be squeezed. Now, I looked at Coin Allies. It looked like they were basically neutral at the moment. But Classnode says Bitcoin's funding rates recently dipped to negative territory. It doesn't happen that often because we're an optimistic market and investors generally think things will go up. This, coupled with high open interest, suggests leverage is skewed to the bearish side. Oh, have fun staying poor, bears, right? So if Bitcoin continues to move sideways, the funding payment would become a burden for shorts. Have fun staying burdened. And they may decide to unwind their positions, leading to volatility on the higher side. Similarly, a move higher can also lead to forced liquidation of shorts, which in turn could yield more volatility. That's a short squeeze, right? And everybody here, I don't care your age, your gender, your race, or your religion, but at some point in your life, I can guarantee that you too have liquidated in your shorts. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. You were all babies once, and you've all been drunk in college. You've all liquidated your shorts. And that's what we're looking for here. If we're long, we're looking for bears to liquidate their shorts en masse, causing a squeeze of those now wet shorts to the upside. So we'll be looking for that. But let's take a look now at the charts. Shorts. Oh, look, we're all the way back to 41,700. We're not dead. Yeah. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. This is the daily chart. Let's go look at it on the 4 hour. But no, I wanted to show you on the daily chart because you can see since January 11th, a week ago, we've been back in the range closing candles above 42K. Even yesterday's candle closed above 42K. So that's just a retest of support. Right now, we're $300 below. Let's see if we can close back in that range, right? Let's see if we can do it. It's possible. On the 4 hour chart, by the same account, you can see that we just closed one candle below the range, but we've been doing that a lot, right? Still kind of sweeping the lows, and we're seeing demand step in on all these 4 hour candles, at least for now. Like a lot of long wicks down, right? Little increased volume. Let's see where this 4 hour candle closes. Would be sweet for it to close above 41,955, not that far away. Now, looking at the daily, we don't have it right now. We do not have it right now. No, we do not, but we have potential bullish divergence with the daily. If we get a daily close below 41,535, that's not that low, guys. It's like $160 below where we are now. The caveat, though, is that it can keep dumping and this can keep going down. So what we need, if we want this bullish divergence on the daily, that's what took us, by the way, all the way back up to 52K last time, right? Before getting rejected at that 50 line. We have oversold bullish divergence coming out of that. If we get a close below, we will inevitably get potential bullish divergence. Then we'll need to see that elbow up in RSI, just like that, right? Pointing back up, showing us that we have confirmed bullish divergence, and we can go back up. But it's going to take, I mean, this would have to go down pretty damn hard to end up with a lower low in RSI, but it's possible. It happened right here, right? And it went down pretty damn hard, 47 all the way down to like 41 on the close, but we know we went to 39,600. This is all the only thing I'm watching. Everything else is boring, sideways, and the samesies, right? Here we go on the daily. We still have that confirmed MACD bullish divergence, the bullish cross. Let's see if it maintains. I want to break this blue line. Let's do that. Hourly chart. Because we're so bored, we're zooming in on the damn hourly chart. But since we went to 39.6 and back to like 44,400, this is our new local range. I'm tired of dumping, Scott, but I'm about to take a loan to buy spot. Okay? I can't say that I endorse that financial advice. And if you're tired of dumping, I don't know, maybe take a pill or something, you know, get yourself, take yourself a pill and stop dumping as much, you know, there's pills for that. Hourly chart. So listen, we're dicking around right here. No surprise if we end up testing the bottom of the range again, but just keep an eye on this range now. You know, now it's not really bearish till a break below 39.6. It's not really bullish till a break above 44,400. Right? I was looking for the word Imodium. Take Imodium. Take some Imodium. Get clogged up. Don't dump as much. And then again, here we are in the weekly chart, just dicking around here at 42K. We're going to have to see how this weekly closes to really get a gauge of whether we have a legit shot at this being a reversal candle right now. So in essence, Scott, you're telling us to keep it in our shorts. I mean, always. It's good. Yeah, Always good. Anyways, let's continue on with the news because frankly, there's just not that much to see on Bitcoin. Morgan Stanley says crypto markets are weakening as central banks look to tighten. The old correlation argument, the imminent start of central bank tightening is putting pressure on the crypto market. I think that's probably true, right? I think people invest in crypto and basically anything else when they're getting sent a whole bunch of free money. You know, that's probably good. So I would imagine that this will put slight pressure in the short term on the market. And if we believe that maybe inflation is going to be reduced, then that is a slight argument against Bitcoin. But come on, man. That's temporary. We all know the governments are going to continue to print money endlessly. They're going to do it, guys. They're going to do it. They love doing it. And so this tightening is going to be very temporary. But let's see what they say. This is laughable. Leveraged crypto markets are now weakening. What? I just showed you that open interest is kind of like at historical highs. So that's just patently false. Retail investor sentiment on social media has started to turn less bullish since late last year, with the recent downward price momentum also contributing to the bearish sentiment. So what you're saying is this very deep analysis that people seem negative because price has gone down. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you get the big bucks for that deep analysis. Morgan Stanley notes that Bitcoin's market cap has tracked the growth of global money supply since late 2013. That's interesting. We're going to take a look at that. And they said down here, blockchain analytics firm Into the Block said last week that Bitcoin's correlation with M1 money supply has risen to 0.77, suggesting a strong statistical relationship between the two. Okay, so correlation is on a scale of -1 to 1, right? 1 being extremely correlated, 0 being not correlated at all, and -1 being inversely correlated, meaning if the price of one goes down, you expect the price of the other not to only go down, but to go down the same amount. One's up 10%. One's down 10%, right? So it says we're at 0.77, but it's risen to there, right? And this is where people mistake the data on correlation. Of course, at certain times, things are largely correlated, but you have to look at the entire thing. I don't know what the answer is for 2013 to now in its entirety, but I would guess that Bitcoin is largely uncorrelated to the money supply as it is to stocks and all the other things that we talk about it being correlated with. Bitcoin, if you look at the correlation in its history, is like 0.0 something, very, very low. 0.77 is high, leaning towards correlated. So I just literally like 2 minutes before, if you're wondering why I was late, it's because A, I like to annoy you guys, and B, because I was trying to make this chart. Pulled this up. This is the price of Bitcoin since 2010 in orange, right? And this is the M1 money supply. So it said that since 2013, they're largely correlated. Bullshit, right? Bullshit. Okay. First of all, that saying that they're correlated is dismissive of, I don't know, all of this, right? When the money supply was largely flat or rising slowly as it was. We all know that 40% of the money that's been printed ever in the history of mankind in the United States has been printed in the last 2 years, right? Because everyone in crypto loves to quote that. That's this. The blue, right? This huge pump right here. And yes, Bitcoin continued to pump massively during that time. And as this is flattened out, Bitcoin has flattened out a bit too. Let's look at it on a monthly, right? Looking at it on the monthly is even kind of more enlightening because it's just here that it went up tremendously. And Bitcoin really didn't go up tremendously at that exact time. So if you look at it on a yearly, sure, these both went up massively. But if you zoom into the monthly, do those look like correlated to you? I mean, you could visually look at it, right? This is chopping up. Bitcoin's going from like 0 to 20,000 to 40,000 while the money supply is just kind of, I think I can. I even made the line blue, so it could be like a little engine that could. Who is Scott? That's me. I'm Scott. You're here. You're actually hit. My kid did not try that. Sorry, I didn't mean to annoy you. Guess you guys aren't enjoying this. Anyways, but the point being, they're not correlated, right? They're obviously not correlated, and the argument here is that this topped in May of 20 and has slowly gone up. It was all sort of at one time, and they're saying that Bitcoin is now correlated. So maybe they're correlated here at the very end from here where price sort of dropped. But to say that they've been correlated is absolute nonsense. And we all know that things become temporarily correlated because if you're taking two random walks, eventually you're going to come back together say hi for a little bit, and then go about your way. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in the comments over here, but it seems weird. Yeah, I mean, everything is somewhat correlated to money supply. Sure. But no, they're not directly correlated. Maybe for a very brief amount of time. Yes, right. You got it. So, but when you look at it on the monthly, those are not correlated assets. Stop it, Morgan Stanley. Animoca Brands valuation more than doubles to 5.5 billion in 3 months. I wish that my valuation would double to 5.5 billion in 3 months. Animoca Brands, huge investors in NFTs and the metaverse space. They just raised 360 million, bringing their valuation to 5.5 billion. But they had just raised 65 million in October, which was at a 2.2 billion valuation. Why do you guys need so much money? Everybody throwing money, venture capital into this space. But this is not from like small money that's investing in this, right? This Liberty City Ventures led the round, but they got contributions from the Winklevi, Soros. Oh, shit. He said Soros on a live stream, conspiracy theory, and 10T, Dan Tapiero Holdings. They're going big, huge. And they own, like, they have a stake in basically everything that's big in the NFT space, right? They got Axie Infinity, Dapper Labs, that's NBA Top Shot, and OpenSea, right? Those are all in their portfolio. And most recently, Animoca led an $8 million funding round into Burnt Finance, an NFT platform built on Solana, which is really sweet. That's the Burnt from the guys from Burnt Banksy, right? So just another example of massive money flowing into the crypto space, but it's not coming in through Bitcoin, guys. It's not. It's just not. It's coming into NFTs and metaverse. BitMex looking to acquire one of Germany's oldest banks because we want to take new scams and mix them with old scams. I'm just kidding. I'm not saying BitMex is a scam. I'm just saying that BitMex was a scam. And then I'm making the corollary to the fact that we all think banks kind of are scams. But BitMex plans to acquire one of the oldest banks in Germany amid aims to establish a one-stop shop for regulated crypto products in Europe. Actually, I cheer them on. I think that we would love to see more of this in the United States, in Europe, everywhere, all over the world, which is to see crypto exchanges that have largely been the Wild West coming under coming in, acquiring companies that are highly regulated, and then moving under the regulatory regimes to make it very clear that we're allowed to do all things they're doing. This bank is called Bankhaus von der Heid, I believe. We are asking the questions here. It's a 260-year-old German bank. That's some old. That's old. That is super old. So it would be interesting to see if BitMex can get this done, because if they can, obviously it would be one major step towards them being regulated. Let's talk about SBF. Look at his smiling face. I love this guy. Yeah, Kristen needs massive money coming into her space. We all do. That's why we're here, right? That's why we're all here. Three most promising blockchains besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, according to SBF. What do you think they are, guys? What do you think they are? But to spoil it, Solana, Avalanche, and some shit that's not a blockchain at all. Right? His answer was Solana, which we know he's one of the biggest investors in. Last January, he told Coin Mamba he would buy all of his Solana at $3 and then go fuck off, right? You remember that? That was epic. Avalanche being his second. Then his final choice is that, here they say, it was a bit of a fudge. It's not an individual project, but a category, so-called wrappers, that facilitate synthetic versions of popular tokens like ETH and Bitcoin for cheaper and easier transfers within and across blockchains. Wrappers in general, that's with a W, guys. I know you all get excited when we talk about wrappers on this show, but it's with a W, not an R. Wrappers in general are probably going to keep growing over time as you have a divergence between the chains that have the skill to handle the activity that's being asked of them versus a change that the value lives on. You sort of have no choice but to dive deeper and deeper into wrapped assets. I think we all agree here, right? We talk about this on this show all the time. We're going to live in a multi-chain world, and interoperability is going to be the key to that multi-chain world. All these chains will find their use case. Then we'll need ways for them to talk to each other, right? Interoperability protocols, Horizon, Atom, all the big name DOT, right? That are interoperable, but also then the actual wrapped assets that can be sent across these bridges from one to the other. It's not how you spell wrappers, Drew. No, not how you spelled it. It's not how you spell that. That's spelled wrong. So yeah, let's take a look at the ones he mentioned. Solana, still holding this 137. This is really a key area, man. 137. That you want to see that hold. You want to see that hodl. But that's the chart, right? And still, you know, if we lose this area, I'd be pretty excited to buy some Solana at 116. I'm bidding that like after this live stream, just in case. Avalanche still making higher highs and higher lows this whole way. Nothing bearish here, but we do need to confirm the higher low by making a higher high, right? We do. So we got to get back above 147, but it's kind of just floating sideways here. I mean, you can draw one of these lines, but it's going to be super angular and weird. Kind of like my face. All right. Angular and weird. So yeah, I mean, that's not like, yeah. Break that blue line, you definitely should feel like you're going up. But I said right now, I'd want to be above like $98 to have some confidence in AVAX. Binance destroys 1.6 million BNB tokens in first ever auto burn. Send those to me, dummy. Burn money. We live in a world where we just burn money, guys. But in this case, burning money is good because it obviously adds a deflationary aspect to the coin and removes supply from the market. Right? When demand is bigger than supply, number go up. But what's notable here is that this is their auto burn mechanism that they've used for the first time. Usually they were doing manual burns, right? So here it goes. This is how it works. The auto burn mechanism automatically determines how much BNB to burn according to a formula based on BNB's price and the number of blocks produced that quarter. It is set to replace manual burns going forward. They burned 1,684,387.11 BNB at the time of writing. That's $798 million worth. So that's a lot of money to just burn, right? But after seeing the article about CZ recently, we know that he does literally have money to burn since he's worth like $96 billion without even counting his crypto. Oh my God, just give me that money, bro. Give me that money.
Playing with my money is like playing with my emotions.
Right? That's what we got to say when they burn our sweet money. Let's take a look at BNB. Not reacting to this burn at the moment. Just kind of hanging out, man. These charts, you know, you're looking at them on the USD pair. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin pair. Just, you know, out of curiosity. Yeah, I mean, see, it looks real strong versus Bitcoin still. Right? Trading in the top half of this range, sort of like pushing up here against resistance, refusing to drop any majorly. But on the USDT pair, maybe, you know, I don't like it because there's no line up top, but maybe you draw one of these lines and say, hey, then we're going back up. But still holding this support, still trading in the top half, and still sort of trading not so far on a relative basis below the all-time high. BNB is still looking good, better than most charts here. And finally, DeFi decentralization promise is an illusion, BIS chief says. Now, if you don't know about the BIS, they're basically the central banks of central bank. They're the central bank that basically like controls sort of all the central banks. And if there's one guy who's clearly in favor of centralization, it's Augustine Carstens. Look at him. He's centralized the weight of his entire family into his body. You know what? I don't believe in making fun of people's looks on shows, but like, look at it. It's so hard. So hard, you know? So hard. But anyways, he's basically saying that decentralization doesn't exist here. And he says decentralization can be a noble goal. Literally the biggest central banker, figuratively and literally the biggest in the world. In many applications, governance improves when power is generally dispersed with appropriate checks and balances. To date, the DeFi space has been used primarily for speculative activities. That's so minimizing, so insulting, but kind of true. Right. To some degree, yes, we know that DeFi is in its early stages, but it's dismissive of the fact that we should be moving towards decentralization and that regardless of your thoughts on DeFi, it's the only option for a lot of people in the world who do not have access to legacy centralized systems, right? This is missing the point. Do that whole forest through the trees thing. You cannot see in the forest through the trees, right? I mean, yeah, maybe we're not perfectly decentralized yet, but that doesn't mean that it shouldn't be the aim. It's a sliding scale. We get caught up in this black and white, centralized, decentralized, right? The best things are probably in the middle of those two. But most importantly, if you don't have access to a bank, do you really care if it's fully decentralized or not? Or do you just care that you're super psyched that you can go earn a yield in DeFi and you can get access to crypto assets? And in most parts of the world, you can get access to the dollar, which is what you really want in the form of stable coins. So yes, right now, decentralization may be a bit of an illusion, but what he said is the promise is an illusion. And that, my friend, is a heaping pile of bullshit from a man who has a deeply vested interest in both seeing DeFi fail and in eating all of the food that you put on the table for the entire family. Guys, that's all I got for you today. That's it. That's it. All of it. All of it. All of it. Yeah. All of it. I'll be back tomorrow. We will have the morning live stream at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as Chartapalooza. Chartapalooza. I will see you guys there. I hope that you've enjoyed your time here. Go eat some ramen. Go eat some ramen. Oh my God, guys, Bitcoin's bouncing. It's doing it. It's doing it right now. 30 minutes left. That's your 4-hour candle. If that closes green, bro, looking not horrible. Looking not horrible.
That's dope.
Guys, hope you had a wonderful time here today, because I will never forget this, and I will never forget you. Bye. See ya.